Alright, so it's the beginning of day 4 today. It's May 1st, May Day, and today we're going to be planting trees that have been stored in like the backyard and some in the garage. There's like a lot of more warmer varieties that have been stored in the garage, and we bring them out during the day for sun. But now it's time to bring some of them up to the top and start planting, because all the ground has like been kind of smoothed over, and we're going to add in like the soil stuff today and then put in the trees. And then in the evening, when it gets dark out and I've got some more free time, I'm going to do seedlings as well. Okay. It's gray, kind of overcast, but not so cloudy. So it should be a pretty good day for working. Not going to like heat up too much. Before I was getting like a lot of sun on my neck, and my hands are really hurting. They're really like scratched up. My arms are really scratched up, and they just really hurt. Just going like this is really, you can really feel the soreness and the cuts. But it's a labor of love, let's say. Alright guys, so these are the trees right now that we're going to be pulling out of my mom's backyard garden. She received them a lot earlier than what I could plant them as. My parents got them like in February or March, so they put them in storage down like in the cold cellar, and then they buried a lot of them, like buried the roots in. It's called healing in, if you've ever heard of that before. It's a good way to like get them acclimated to the climate, and then when you're ready to put them into their real soil, then it's they're like a lot more used to it. So we're going to be pulling these out right now and then bringing them up to the property, because this is like maybe 150 yards south of where my spot is. So this is what we're pulling out right here. This is a green gauge plum. And this is a European pear. One of the pears is called a kefir pear. So this is definitely more hardy than this one. And we'll plant it up there. And I'm wondering if people watching this are gonna say like, oh, there should be like a massive root clump around this, or these trees are gonna be shocked. But this was the way that they ship them to you, and this is like a good organic nursery, and they ship them this way because I think they realize that the trees are pretty strong and they're able to survive. And it's just maybe with the whole shipping issue, it's just too heavy to ship all that soil. I don't know. But this is how they come, and I guess people are usually pretty happy with it, so we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so now we're up on the property. We've got everything's been dug in. We have our 2 swales, one in the front, one in the back. The area for the greenhouse has been dug in. And right here I've got like maybe 30% of my fruit trees, and then all the peat moss, all the composted sheep manure that we're bringing in, the potting soil. And then in the back we've got some straw actually for mulching it, to keep everything kind of like contained from the sun, to keep some of the weeds out and let the worms kind of start breaking everything down. We're expecting the worms today in the mail, so we'll see. And everything looks great. It's really, really good. Okay. Hey guys, what's up? So this is my dad using the drill bit for the dirt. It's like a regular ice auger, but there's a bit that you can attach to it that's good for dirt. Okay. So instead of, if you don't have the time to dig, if you got a lot of stuff to do, just rent one of these for the day, and you can have your trees instantly, and then you fill them with your good compost and your peat moss and all your worms and everything. It's a really good way to get things done fast. Hey guys, it's so funny, just as we planted the first 9 trees and covered them with the soil and the compost and everything, the worms finally arrived. The mailman just drove up and dropped off the 5,000 red worms that I ordered. So we're gonna start spreading these in and then covering them with the mulch, and they should be ready to go. We've got a lot of black dirt up here, and then we're just kind of treating it, adding more stuff to it, and covering it up with some more mulch. Probably straw for now, until we get some more leaves going. But yeah, it's just funny, just right exactly when we needed it, the worms came. Okay, so now that we've got our trees planted here, this is actually a Bing cherry. We're gonna start adding in the worms that just arrived by mail, by priority mail. These are like the red wigglers. I got 5,000 of them for $90. And so we're just gonna spread them around here. I would say almost just like a pinch, like a quarter cup probably, pretty small. Give them just like a little water. And then we're gonna add in some peat moss and just keep, you could almost like do the peat moss first and then put it on top and then just let the mix, as long as it's moist, then the worms can just climb right in. And then we've also got moisture in. I would highly recommend leaves if you have them on hand, but right now we're gonna be using straw. So we'll just pull out a good chunk and just kind of cover it really nice. Eventually this whole area is going to be covered like this, but we're just going to seal up the trees right away. And then you're going to want to always water it down so it kind of stays moist and won't blow away as easily. And then you can even throw some more peat moss on top of that just to make sure everything kind of stays down. Even a little more dirt. And then just spread it around. You can even lay newspapers down as well, and that'll be good for the worms. You can sprinkle a little more this on top. This is just for keeping moisture in, keeping weeds out.